kinako aye isa masinyane aye itakapila kinako aye.
The fauna and the flora, the stones, the spears, the shells, the rocks and the waters, the winds, the crystals and the rains, all the names that were brought to being by the word. All was in Genesis, so I was brought to lineage, the poet, brought by and with the word, brought by and with the word. The word lives, it inspires, grants out wings, helps us to soar, reaches beside hearts like the eagles. The word is our faith, passionately we cling to it, passionately we cling to it. The word is a beacon, a signal planted on the hills, a token to teach, a foretoken to touch, a rock to lean on, positive creation. Passionately we cling to it, the arms of love and relief, the arms of love and relief, the arms of love and relief.
Welcome to Happy Museum, located in Botswana, the gateway to the Okavango Delta. Today we will be talking to Mr. Pope, a young poet from the poetry movement for Okavango spoken word poetry.
I'm Panasakaloka, affectionately known as Mr. Pope. You can call me Master Pope. Till there is no problem, you can call me Rasta Pope. Those who love me call me Pastor Pope. Kadam say me sweet like pasta. I'm a holder of diploma in business management and a certificate in accounting and business studies. Right now I'm not employed, though I'm taking most of my time doing poetry at Okavango spoken word poetry.
What do you think is the impact of education or the Botswana education system in the lives of young people?
For me, I will say there is mismatch between education and the lives of the people, because you'll find that at schools or our curriculum, you'll find that it is not in line with what the students want to be. Like for me, as I'm a poet, I should have been groomed through that educational system so that I can grow with that love and that nurturing in relation to poetry.
What do you think of youth unemployability in Botswana?
I will say the unemployability of the youth is very high, because most of the youth, they are not employed. As for me, you can see I'm also a holder of such educational qualifications, but I'm also sitting back home, not employed.
What is the importance of culture to your life as a young person?
Culture is of great importance to me because it shows where I'm coming from, and where I'm heading. So I should be keeping it because it tells of my beginnings and so forth.
Are our youth actively participating in cultural activities?
Yes, I will say they are participating in such activities of culture, because when we look at the issues of poetry, the issues of traditional dance, basketry and other cultural stuff, they are actively involved there.
What can be done to strengthen youth participation in cultural activities?
The greatest thing that can encourage or inspire participation of the youth in such cultural activities will be the issues of injecting money into the activities that are involving the youth, and injecting more money in arts and such stuff which are leading to culture.
What's the role of creative arts in cultural sustainability?
The role of arts in sustaining our culture is of great importance, because it tells of where we are coming from. If it wasn't of these creative arts, we wouldn't be knowing of these things that have been done by our forefathers in the past years until now. So it's of great importance because we have learned that from them, and then we are also taking it to the next generation.
Do you think the youth can create employment out of cultural activities and creative arts?
Yes. Employment can be created from art, because when you look at, for me being a member of Okavango spoken word poetry, I'm not working, but through poetry I can earn something. I can have a living from my art being poetry.
Have you ever been exposed to how other young people outside your country make a living out of their cultures?
I will not say I have ever had such an interaction, but for me, I will see a foundation that I may say has brought about such things will be through exchanges like the Mo International Poetry Festival, where we have met with other poets from other countries, Lesotho, Swaziland, and Zimbabwe. They have been expressing their culture through poetry. For me, that is such a setting that I'll say there was a cultural exchange.
How important is social media in your life?
It's of great importance, it's of great value, because it helps for me to share with others throughout the world, throughout the globe. I share my poetry through Facebook as I am running a poetry page and a motivational page for poetry. So it's of great importance. Also having a blog, which is for poetry and another one for motivational writing. So I will say it is of great value in sharing and expressing yourself.
How important would social media be in you sharing your culture with other youth outside the country?
It is of great importance because in sharing our culture through those media stuff, through such media, it will help us express ourselves and understand others whom we are sharing, whom we are with. So it will help in bringing that togetherness, understanding, regardless of our differences, creed and whatsoever that may be of a difference between us.
Thank you, Mr. Polk. Welcome to Home of Quality Baskets, located in Maung, Botswana.
Ke bidwa Grata Squen, ke monana yo dingwaga di le 19 years old. Ke mbukushka letso. Ke dira tiro ya diatla ya go loga ditatana jaaka le bona yana.
Wa akanya eng ka lethoko la ditiro la banana mo Botswana?
Ke akanya gore government a tise ditiro tse dintsi mo Botswana ka gore ditiro di a tlhaela. Ebile gape ke akanya gore banana le bone ba ithamela ditiro ka go dira tiro ya diatla.
Botlhokwa jang mo botshelong jwa gago le monana keng?
Ngwao e botlhokwa fela thata ka gore ke ithuta dilo tse dintsi jaaka go loga ditatana gore mekula e dirwa ya le tse dingwe fela jang.
O bona banana ba tsaya karolo nngwe mo ditirong tsa ngwao?
Erra mme ga ikalokalo ngwa tsone ke ene ke dirang ya go loga ditatana. Go na le tse dingwe hela go na le tse dingwe hela like go banana ba kgona go loga ba loga di matsela a ngwao, matsela misisi a ngwao le tse dingwe fela gona jang.
O akanya gore go ka dirwang go ka nonotsha seabe sa banana mo ditirong tsa ngwao?
Nka rotloetsa banana gore ba seka ba latha ngwao, ba rotloetse le ba bangwe fela gone jalo gore ba kgone go tsweledisa ngwao ya rona.
O bona seabe sa botaki le bodiragatsi e le se se ntseng jang mo go ka tshegetseng ngwao ya rona?
Ke seabe se botlhokwa fela thata ka gore re ithuta dilo tse dintsi and re ithuta dilo tse dintsi gape re tshela ka ngwao ya rona.
O akanya gore banana ba ka ithamela mebereko ka ngwao ya rona?
Ra thata fela ka gore e na le mosola thata mo go rona, re tshela ka yone e re tlisetsa madi like bajanala le tse dingwe fela jalo.
A o kile itemogela ka banana bangwe ko mahatsheng a sele ba itsetsang ka ngwao ya bone?
Ra ke itemogetse gore ko Afrika Borwa ba tshela ka mmino le kopelo ya bone.
Magara thata a mašwa bo Facebook bo media a botlhokwa go le kae mo botshelong jwa gago?
A botlhokwa fela thata ka gore ke kgona go posta page ke marketa mo Facebook, ba bangwe ke marketa mo Facebook ke kgona go lemontsha le bona ba ba go mahatshe a konte gore ke dira tiro ya diatla.
O ka kgaogana ka tsela ntseng jang ngwao ya lona le banana ba bangwe ko mahatsheng a sele o dirisa one maharathata one ao?
Nka ruta banana ba bangwe ba ko mahatshe a sele gore ngwao ya rona re dira jang gore ba kgone go ithuta le bone gore ngwao ya bone le ngwao ya rona ga di tsamayana le gakane. Re ithuta go dirwa jang mo dingwao tsa rona ka gore di farologane.
Okay, ra leboga mme go rata. Thank you.